Ella David, Secretary Treasurer, and now Naatsis'aan. I'm in the meeting. Thank you.
We're testing the mics here. It even, yeah. Okay. Well, while we're waiting, Ms. Supervisor Benali, I'll give you the floor for reports. So quorum, so while we're waiting, I'll give you the floor.
Okay, thank you, Chair. This is Supervisor Benali, Navajo County District 1. NOST Leadership Chair, Vice Chair, Secretary, and Honorable Delegate and LDA, and everyone who's available on the meeting. Thank you this morning. They to the chain in Shonto, and the buses chain, the company that should trade all. And the trade that's in the just a chain, don't know. Although it's really hot, as we all know. Make sure you have water on you at all times. Be careful with dragging chains or any kind of we don't want brush fire. They're drying out. So Navajo County has enacted the phase 1 of the fire code for the county last Wednesday on the 28th. So we're on fire restrictions at this time. Although we're hoping that the monsoons would start up. Usually it gets really hot, and then after that they start up. They were saying the monsoons are here already. Last month we had some rain, but it settled down. So, and then also when the monsoons come, just be careful, be safe, especially at road crossings. And then during the times of wind, we had a lot of wind. Not only does the grass and all that dry out, but because of the sand blowing, they get berms on the road, sand dune berms. So also be careful of those. And then always remember that at only BIA and NDOT are doing grading at this time. Navajo County did grading during the winter months, but that was because of an emergency. So Although we started the new fiscal year I guess today is the new fiscal year on July 1st, 2023. We start the fiscal year 2024. So we have her funds again for road projects. And then we also have District 1 funds for events and office supplies. So you can apply for those with the Navajo County funding form, and also to make sure you have a W-9 sent with any of those requests. Although the project over at Highway 98 and 160 has not started yet. Things are running behind because the state was scrambling to get their projects done before the fiscal year ended here on June 9th. From April to the end of June has been pretty busy for ADOT. And even for my county projects, we were just busy. So those are also running behind, but I will get an update for the chapters when I get it from NACOG. They're now on break because the 4th of July weekend, although we'd like the chapters to take initiative and assertive positions to assist in moving road projects by following your road clearance statuses. So my public works director, he's a new one from has been on the job for 1 year. He's very particular about making sure that road clearances are done before he does any purchases, because like covert, because they just sit and not being used, and we don't want that. We need the clearances to be done before we get purchases. That's his stance on those. So one of the major things that happened this last year, ending here June 30th, was the District House of Representative Myron Sosi and May Peshlakai and Senator Teresa Hatakashi sponsor good amount of bills. Some of them got funded, like the road in Ganado by the school is gonna get fixed. And then also the Winslow levy got federal funds, 65 million, but the state also sponsored a bill that added 20 million. So the county and the city of Winslow add the rest of it to make 100 million, so we can get the project started here this year, so the levee would be repaired. My concern is this Birch Springs area where they get a lot of flooding. We've been meeting with the Army Corps of Engineering to address that issue. I'm requesting a permanent solution, but the family don't want to move from there, from the flood zones. And then the next one, thank you for your participation in Earth Day cleanup for April. If you haven't sent in your chapter reimbursement from the county for your trash bin fee, make sure you send in your April or May invoice so that we can move on and get your reimbursement. I know all the chapters receive trash bags, gloves, and water to help with the community cleanup, but we do also want your invoice so that we can reimburse you some funds there. And let's see, the Navajo County has hired a new county manager. Our other one is retiring here on July 18th. Brian Layton is his name, and he was an in-house hire, even though we went all across the country to find a manager. We settled on our in-house one that was also one to be the county manager. So he's starting, I believe, on July 19th, when our other one is going to retire on July 18th. So Otto, the other thing that occurred here is our tribal partnership liaison, Miles McGay, also went to another job, resigned on May 31st, and he wanted to do more engineering type job. I said, come to the nation, but he already got an offer. So he seems to be happy in his new job, and that's not what the county. We also need a tribal transportation liaison now. And then we also we just interviewed the tribal partnership liaison, and that's in Miles' position. We also need a tribal transportation working with the roads, and applications are being accepted for that position. So in case anyone's interested, and here at the end of June, June 27th, we finalized our FY 2024 budget, and so we're into our new fiscal year today, but checks won't be cut until this coming Monday, because the weekend they don't do checks. Otherwise, things are moving along as always, smoothly at the county. I don't know what else to tell you other than that I'm happy that the Indian Child Welfare Act was voted positively by the Supreme Court, but sad about the Navajo water. But there's still chances that Navajo will have to fight for their own water rights instead of having the federal government fight for them. So that's all my story and my report. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them.
Yeah, Shimado reporting live. Yeah,
Welcome.
this one.
You know, yeah, that's all time.
Yeah, we do have hot weather out this way too. So that's one day you get for their domestic usage potable water that you get. So the new fiscal year brings up a new funds later. So we need to those of us located in Navajo County, we need to get on board and get our applications in.
Yes.
Shema, go, you have the floor.
Did you ask a question? You are breaking up a little bit, so I didn't catch your question.
Your new fiscal year that this started. Peso, we need to get active on that. Those of us that are located in Navajo County.
Oh, we have the district funds that we help the office supply for office supplies and events, and some of the two chapters in Western that always request funds for their events is Kayenta. 4th of July, they want us to rent their porta potties for them or pay for them, and then Oljato, Ts'ah chapter. They always request us if we could host a breakfast for them during the intergenerational conference that happens in June. So but you have to follow the paperwork. Some of them they request funds, but we ask them to send in the W-9 and the funding form. They never follow through. So chapters have to follow through. And then office supplies, if you need them and the nation doesn't want to buy it for you, you can request those as well. Oh, on a yearly basis.
Okay, thank you. Any questions from the audience? If none, then I'll give the floor to Mr. Secretary Treasurer, Mr. Secretary, to do a roll call.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. Can you guys hear me? Yep, you guys can. All right. So, Honorable Herman Daniels, are you online?
Yes, present.
Thank you very much. Patricia Blackhorn, are you online? Darlene Pino, are you online? Ella J. Badani, are you online?
Yes, I'm present.
6120. All right. Thank you very much. Russell Small Canyon, are you online? Willis Begay, are you online?
Present.
Thank you very
Present.
much. Jean Holiday, are you online? Again, everybody, *6, those that are on the phone to unmute. Marietta Bedoni,
Present.
thank you very much. Benedict Daniels,
Thank you.
Roland Small Canyon is present. Marcia Gray Eyes, let's see you
Hello?
online.
What was the question?
Are you present?
I am here.
Thank you very much. Robert Black,
Mhm.
Robert Black. Brittany Hunt,
Present.
thank you very much. Geraldine Chi,
Present.
thank you. Chancy Nodestein. Myself, I am present. Happy J. Begay.
He's listening.
Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So we have 10 present, 10 chapter officials and Delegate Daniels present, so we need one more. Call your colleagues and tell them to call in, please. That way we can get this meeting on the road.
Good morning, this is Patricia Blackhorn. Did you count me in?
All right, thank you. Now we have 11. Okay, got it. Okay, I will call the meeting to order at 9:46 a.m. Call the NOST Regional Council meeting to order Saturday, June 1st, 2023 at 9 a.m. scheduled. We're here at Ts'ah. There's Mr. Curley here. Although we have Shamak Linda Fuller and her colleague and Shata, Mr. Fuller. Thank you for your time to take time to join the meeting. Next item on the agenda, invocation. Shata, Delegate Daniels and Hatsadilzen, Kado invocation meeting Hadili.
Mr. President, thank you very much, Kato. Ashi Kato, Everton, Zanigate, Kato, sort of the Hopper, Kato, Rosian, he sort of the Halo, Kato. He would not see where she got not air or less deep in it. But she don't die the class, Kato. Without a day. Was she what it is, Kato? I can't want some fun. I can't want on that is a trap. But though a Nadi Nekodo, he nap and Hens and Kodo, and see carried up with a Ben Hens and Kodo. I don't want the other nates and for your nates and hona. I don't say 9 can't eat penny be. But though get on a sword or less horse to the end of no seeing hona. It's in here not aid or less hona. But yeah, that eggy hona, basically, or less. But Kodo Benaf or Tasiki. What eggy basically hit or less. I don't know Kodo and Sahakes, yet egg on sea case or a Danhino and Kodo. I don't know Kodo. Be Benet for the Benil making Benassi Kodo. Without for Benil Nate or less Kodo. The Kate and Lahona, Tweet of Fani, the hard card. We are that it in Rabatown of Sahona. But all that is to Hona. But don't Lengi, it's a bit real and hard day, not in Hona. I don't know how to stop, Ebe Benil, Hona. Eight a Hona, Shinny than Lengi Hona. The Rabatown of Sahona. I don't want the Tagi when it's Longi Hona. We get out Hona. We get down on something to Hona. So yes, for the way need eight Hona. One radio power need down. But I don't let but was in the cost of Hona. But that ego Hona, it's in his down of Hona. I don't know Hona. It's not that Hona radio by needs in Hona. I see that this dude on and here na whole say nan Hona. It's fun Linigi Hona. We can need kid nan Hona. We can all gloss and Lahona the pet as a pecker sheet neat at that pillage in whole argo. I drove by that and Lego had the car. But I drove by a on 2 days in tra. 12 for a bit of house to Hona, 2 das. 2 das Lenego, 2 das, what the Hona. I thought a bit of house to Nana Hona. I don't know the best not better than the Hona. The whole lot be a key up a cargo. Torgi do I see them. dat een aardaal lego. Ahui tsutunil in ik ben na te honen. Dat ze gewoon dan van linke honen. Misschien niet keet ze die en dan nog semi honen. Adonana honen. Zodat aan de tot het weer beneden niet honen is de last zo. Ede honen gewastaan nog zo honen. Daar krijg je honen de kaartje honen. Weet logo ken het as agosat daar krijg je honen. Het zo bij zo de kaartje honen. Gewoon gewastaan nog zo honen. Because the last phone lenigi. Adonana because the loud honen. Agwietje. Hadisi o asende. Betjahanne. Hadisi o skasende. Betjahanne ho. Benanis illese honen. Wahata hawa nisho honen. Benanis iossense honen. Iuta bat mini tada dati ka honen. De keesi ben net as ad. Nanis het is honen. Zodat goeie nakka. Adol leho bahadat egir honen. Het zijn dat de ago honen bananas illese honen. On khabata hoshia honen. Wada hajwa bai al laan lenigi. Adonana honen. Altonik eens honen. Adonana at ani dan lutsaga hout zanda gehawal ago. Best was an Adon Philistine has the honen. Navajo Nation President. Should say as a President Nigran. Adonana hodol. The master Vice President Montoya. Adonana. Judicial branch. Ajudota in nation. Mayajabata in nation. Chief Justice Joanne Jane. Ajahona has in so Anahui up. Plav Agahona. Rate Anahui Ahidan Lahona. Isnisdal Lasona. Adonana Hon legislative branch. Ajahona. Smayazan Lohona. Baker Curley. As in Troy Hodo A. It's not any need Lahona. Ada Hona. Ajda in nation. Legislative branch. Ashtohona. Adonana. Executive branch. The Quisi. Betanil Jail. Ajda in nation Lahona. 110 chapters. Katnaz Nuladan Lahona. Chapter President, Vice President, Secretary, Treasurer. Adonana Bebenanta. Adonana Land Boards. Adat Ahona. Ada Hona Habsahon Osho. Adonana Ho. Bekasi Hona. The more those targets or lesser. Bananas is in the rate and toward the next rate and the house transit. Deputies, livestock inspectors, and Lahona. That Elda in Nistan Lahona, as he can, as in store, aber besagt doch besser. Ich kenne da lehrt, ich betreue, ich kenne da lehrt, ich jani da, ich kenne da lehrt. Das hat der Karte an Lahona. Also bei den sind Lahona. In Habasahona Lahona. Also als Lahona. Da habe ich bei den Fänden Lahona. Ich habe ein hohes Netto letztlich in Maschinen Hona. Ich habe eine andere doch sich Hona. Und da ist so die so das sind alles so da die sind alles die Benefit. Adonana Hona, da ist Ago Hona. Als Hona, ich ete ka. Ich habe da noch schon gebaut aus ja. Adonana Hona. Bis nach so hasin so ich hat und da holen. Legislative District Assistant, Ada Hon Asagi, Hona, Ada Hon so, but down the Hona, but Sen Hon, but so Kevin Nalakeda Hon, Ada Hon, the Habatan of Son Habata Hona, what I Hona, so they send all that Hona, the penny be it Nana Hona, and Zonogo Hona, a Sati Tlesonan and Laser Bahada Dika, Asaga, what Aspe Hona, not Asaga Hona. Ben Raja Nana City Nis. What are for death and all that sleep in a big honor, Lausing or this land, given who has Nicholas in an Stany honor, the last for them gets Hozon all that honor. Rat Ashanta not Nahokos. Nay, I need ask for the gets Hozon all that. Hozon Hustling. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Shita. Kudonga Citizen. Nkabahin si ido edib na siya nitlindo le kudo. Nana go to the agenda. Number 3, review and adopt the agenda. Mr. Secretary, Mr. Curley, can you do the review of the agenda? Read the agenda into the record, please.
Okay, NOST Regional Council meeting Saturday, July 1st, 2023 at 9 a.m. Daylight Savings Time, hosted by its Apikin chapter. Meeting agenda, Zoom information is provided. Meeting call to order. Number 1 is roll call. Number 2 is invocation. Number 3 is review and adopt the agenda. Number 4 is approval of the April 1st, 2023 meeting minutes. Number 5 is announcements. Then number 6 is the governmental leadership reports. A is Dr. Vu Nygren, nomination president. Ms. Rochelle Montoya, nomination vice president. Ms. Crystalline Curley, 25th nomination council speaker. Mr. Herman Daniels Jr., Navajo council. And Ms. Fern Benali, Navajo County District 1 supervisor. Ms. Lena Fowler, Coconino District County, Coconino County District 5 supervisor. And then Ms. Elsie Small Canyon, LDA to Mr. Herman Daniels. Number 7 is reports, NOST Regional Chapter presidents. Again, A is Patricia Blackhorn, Naatsis'aan chapter president. B is Willis B. Gay, Oljato chapter president. C is Roland Small Canyon, Shonto Community Governance president. And D is Geraldine Chi, Apikin chapter president. Oh. Sorry, let me scroll down here. Then we have presentations. Presenters, A is NOST Regional ARPA project update by the Division of Community Development. Letter B is IEC presentation, Kayenta Unified School District, Glenda Fuller, IEC. Number 9 is resolutions. We do have one resolution that was requested, and that's going to be resolution number NOST 2023-152-001. The approval of Ms. Glenda Fuller as the new Navajo Nation Johnson O'Malley Kayenta Unified School District Indian Education Committee member for Shonto chapter. So in this case, this would be for the NOST chapters. Okay. We're adding all right. Okay, so that was reaffirming the approval of Linda and Miss, sorry, what was your name again? Carolyn. Okay, so the resolution is going to read reaffirming approval of Ms. Glenda Fuller and Carolyn B. Gay as the new Navajo Nation Johnson O'Malley Kayenta Unified School District Indian Education Committee members for the NOST chapters. Those were the added item, one added item, and then we can move on to resolution number 2, which is to be determined, and number 3 is to be determined. Then 10 is not the next NOST Regional Council meeting for FY24 for October 7th, 2023 at the hosted by the Naatsis'aan chapter, and then adjournment. Back to you, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. The agenda, I'll need a motion.
Chair, this is Brittany. I would like to motion.
Okay, Ms. Brittany Hunt motions. to
This is
accept the agenda.
Patricia. I can second.
Second by Ms. Blackhorn. Kodoi, are there any additions, deletions, or any questions, comments pertaining to the agenda? Kodo. Das Sozi. Mr. Secretary, Shonto Community Governance Executive Planning Board meeting. Let's see, what day was it? Let me look at my calendar. There'll be this coming Tuesday, July 11th, 5 p.m. Although Saturday, July 15th, Council of Naatsis'aan meeting at 10 a.m. That's on a Saturday. Usually we have it at 9. Somehow it says 10. It's usually at 9. So if there's no other additions or deletions, let's put the motion to vote. Mr. Secretary, can do the roll call vote, please.
Okay. Honorable Herman Daniels, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you very much. Patricia Blackhorn, how do you vote?
It would be green. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Darlene Pino. Ella J. Badani. Russell Small Canyon. Willis Begay.
In favor.
Thank you very much. Jean Holiday. Marietta Bedoni.
In favor.
Thank you very much. Benedict Daniels. Roland Small Canyon. Not voting. And then Marcia Gray Eyes.
Green.
Thank you very much. Robert Black. Brittany Hunt.
Green.
Thank you. Geraldine Chi.
Green.
Thank you. Myself, I voted in favor. Chancey Notestein. Happy J. Begay. Thank you. Okay. That chair, we have total of 9 in favor, 0 opposed, and 0 abstain. 1 not voting.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. So the motion carries.
Chair, I have a question. This is Patricia Blackhorn. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Herman Daniels, are you online? I know we had a meeting yesterday and you mentioned that if a person is not present, they cannot vote.
Yes, Ms. Blackhorn, we noticed that the number, we have 9. So we need 2 people.
Okay. Thank you.
So can you redo the roll call, recall vote again, Mr. Secretary Treasurer?
Okay. Back up. Honorable Herman Daniels, how do you vote?
In favor.
Thank you very much. Patricia Blackhorn, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you very much. Darlene Pino, how do you vote?
Can you hear me? This is Darlene.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Yes,
We're voting on the approval of the agenda.
yes,
Thank you. Ella J. Badani, how do you vote? *6 to unmute. Russell Small Canyon, how do you vote? Willis Begay,
Green.
thank you very much. Jean Holiday. Marietta Bedoni,
In favor.
thank you. Benedict Daniels. Roland Small Canyon not voting. Marcia Gray Eyes.
Green,
Thank
present.
you very much. Robert Black. Brittany Hunt,
Green.
thank you. Geraldine Chi,
Green.
thank you. Chancey Notestein. Myself, I vote in favor. Happy JB Game. Thank you.
Nana.
Green.
Thank you very much. With that, Chair, we have a total of 10 in favor, 0 opposed, and 0 abstain, with 1 not voting.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary, Treasurer, Secretary. 11, 10 in favor, 1 including me, not voting. So that's, we have a quorum. Konasandole, kudo we adopt the agenda, kudo nasanandole, number 4. The approval of April 1, 2023 meeting minutes. Mr. Secretary, you have the floor.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to request that I defer the minutes to next meeting, as I'm still drafting the minutes up.
Okay, so we're gonna defer the meeting minutes, reading that the minutes to the next meeting, which is, what day was it? October 7th. With that, hold on, next day, the October 7th. So moving on down
Motion.
to announcements.
Second motion.
Okay. Mr. Willis Begay, motion. I don't Marietta, Miss Marietta Bedoni, second. I don't, any questions or comments? Mr. Secretary, can you do a roll call vote, please?
Okay. Honorable Herman Daniels, how do you vote?
Green. Green.
Thank you very much. Patricia Blackhorn, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you very much. Darlene Pino, how do you vote?
Yes.
Very much. Ella J. Badani, how do you vote? Russell Small Canyon, how do you vote? Willis Begay,
Green.
thank you. Gene Holiday. Marietta Bedoni,
In favor.
thank you very much. Benedict Daniels. Roland Small Canyon, not voting. Marsha Gray Eyes,
Green.
thank you very much. Robert Black. Brittany Hunt,
Green.
thank you very much. Geraldine Chi, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you very much. Chancey Notestein. Myself, I vote in favor. Happy J. Begay, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you very much. With that, Chair, we have a total of 10 in favor. Yeah, 10. 10 in favor, 0 opposed, 0 abstaining, with Chair not voting.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. So the motion carries 10 in favor, 0 opposed, 0 abstention, chair not voting. Okay, announcement saying there's addition. Hey, we're not gonna review that again. So moving down to 6, reports, government leadership. Day says, please email written report to NOST Secretary. The first one, A, Dr. Boo Nygren, Navajo Nation President. Do we have any representative for Mr. Dr. Boo Nygren? Shataya Jazape, Dr. Nygren. Once, twice, going 3 times. Okay, moving on down to B, Miss Rochelle Montoya, Navajo Nation Vice President. Are you with us, Shema? Shanalda Shantena. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. No response. Going down to C, Miss Crystalline Curley, 25th Navajo Nation Council Speaker. You have the floor. Miss Crystalline Curley, 25th Navajo Nation Council Speaker. Are you with us? Going once, going twice, going 3 times, no response. Moving on down to D, Mr. Herman Daniels Jr., Navajo Nation Council. Shata, you have the floor.
Mr. President, Uditaya.
Oh, it's on the big, on the right, so yeah, it's
So, okay, thank you for the Shanantano Shanagi for the NOST regional leadership for the President, Vice President, and Secretary Treasurer Lokado. Ikea kodo nana. Aro nana kodo segi ya. Zada hojani do ito hospita sa ikea no. N.O.S.T kodo tana no senegi. Naatsis'aan Oljato Shonto that's Apikin. Chapter President, Vice President, Secretary, Treasurer. Arin takodo Pepenant Sokodo. Donana chapter staff. Chapter managers. Aron the chapter coordinator. Aron acting coordinators. Okay, I had no. Aron staff litigate at the chapter level. Yeah, kodo. Asagi that open that the whole just. Ko EIC by hands and kodo. I don't know. I guess I'm not sure. Gagi. Either has in strong hit the halno. EIC by hands and kodo. The quigo seen at all there. Sat Elia. What they call better than should have yours there. EIC by hands and the core. I guess not on the show. What I could in on the Elia. I read that kodo. The Ts'ah is talking about the Navajo County Supervisor. So, Miss Benali is talking about the chance. Nekodo, Hiroshia, Kodo. I don't know that N.O.S.T. Kodo says Kahasi. Ishia Kodo. Kodo, I hold just a year. We got 25th Council. We're into the 7th month, the first year. I don't know that. Partner, I double. Slandes that I had the cut. The ones that I hold the show. I don't know. I just need some knowledge or less. Kodo. I don't know. But yeah, I quit by now. So, snack what did Shabbat husband. This is my 4th term. Fourth and final term. Do let go. So it all then is a house. They don't let go. I don't know. Retirement, which ain't this shot or less. I don't know. Business la. Be a short day. I don't know. Which the dish starts to smoke it off. So it is Yakudo. It's in a day. Not with the whole just to say. It's in Yakudo. This one's an Hanana check or less. I don't know how it's not Hana, the lesser. It out which are not hold just go. Slanal de Haja, Lebanon, Ado. What they call. Adonana Quado. 25th Council, Jay Trasa, Tagado. Adonana Law and Order Committee. A Ajas Sananis at Rain Simpedo. Go Hasin for Ayado Lebe. Now, Edil Tito, Banya del Tito, Hodo A. And does the Bakersn Tahoe, Little Halitas, a door niche Halita, better deal, Nasi Hodo, set out on niche, so I ban by Gale Pick, Hodo, the Yego and the hot the Radam for law, which has under public safety, Aronana coins, Traffic, the way fire department's not Nelgo, Edo Yego and does the Aronana EMS, as an ambulance. As that investigation as a Diego and how they go to Ecuador. So is in Ecuador and the working closely with my colleagues, Ecuador and Law and Order Committee. Is in Ecuador partner is in that they gave been nada deep in that dealness. I don't know Ecuador isn't that dealness so it up. So the just recently the Monday and Law and Order Committee, Navajo, put in this Aja Safi Play, Navajo Kansas Township, Aja Safi Play, Donana, tour at Elia, so Navajo, Kansas Township, the fire department, Aja that building, and get tour at Elia. I don't know that afternoon we went down to Monument Valley Fire Station, so Navajo. Youth has off and the 8 other Safi, Cleano Hilton down field. We got several reports from constituents. Lenigi Adonana Quado, former fire chief, so that Dennis Sosi, do Yang on the Yenny's house. Adonana school board member, Nelson Yellowman, do hasil for yan i sans na kwado kaya sa anigi so in a grade all couple days a bit e hasil for yan i sans na so eta Aronana Fire Chief and Lenigi Herman C. Jr. Edo yan i sans na kwado Aronana kwado should also said to suspect the Nikita Banhouses na kwado na grade law and order committee kwado na grade and his bounds and kwado the N.O.S.T that na grade that fire station it's on the Utah side. And the hot in the grade they can't respond into Arizona. Out ayata see so the grade reported a lago. A call Craigie or but since for the I never caught yet on the Arizona side between the state line and Kayenta. A Craigie aya on the hot Ecuador. Out of a lot of Yabanis in the hot throughout Navajo Nation, Aronana Quadod, Kayenta Police District. Out of Quay is a lot in that in a one shift. Two that they not there's a three that they let. So I see they're very stretched thin out to go. The way that sometimes they don't respond to the calls because the law, but then we given not. Edo urbanation installed no Ecuador law and order committee ya hat Ecuador Adonana Redam Miss Anna Boynton from Utah liaison Lenigate Utah Public Safety Edo the Salt Lake City the machine that care by the raid cross commission cross deputization Edo so that his need Kitchen that these list with the snowbab has the or in the grade San Juan County they get this $8 patrol and they use $8 up to the state line out of Quinell and the grade Utah Arizona down DPS and Lenigi up to the state line out of Ajo on the grade Naatsis'aan so yeah now they according to ST band has so when I met with Miss Anna Boynton in Salt Lake City there. So kitchen days so the Ts'ah and Bendadis Lesico or $8 Adonana Quadona Navajo Nation Council summer session is coming up. It's going to start on July 17th. That week lays July 21st, Aja. 1 whole week at these net or letico. Adonana Quador, Nalfoseta, now the N.O.S.T net there. Adonana, some legislation are waiting for Navajo Nation Council. Aid and grade so one legislation that is it's ready for council is the Goulding's purchase 002523. Call it's going to be on the summer sessions agenda, council by agenda. Or let's call. So this is one of a big legislation. It's over 1,000 pages. For delegates and Lenigi. 1,000 pages. I'm still on my 500 pages. Go shot and what Slide that 400, like 300. I know. Don't have twist card. I know. So I just want to say that less or less. So it ought to be $1,000. 80 gigs. It's going to be on the agenda. I don't know. Another legislation that's going to be on ready for council is the 2.4 million legislation, the 8.8 million chapter and regional project 80 is going to be on the agenda too. I don't know. Another legislation went through the 5-day comment period. Summer session agenda legislation 0013.3 legislation so same-sex marriage and I don't know that's a text it all that's a friend because is met or it is AIC you can't not could imagine that but it's had about how these see but because I go to is it not eat what eat I don't so the president do Obama is so could on a referendum on the door Obama first case been the niche special election the Baal or now nation referendum been the rate and not eat all this okay yes so could so it I don't know could I have another legislation could on legislative council ACM pick up a state or drop state or a $2.5 million in scale for youth state university buildings next to that Valley Utah we had a meeting at this ATT USU the great land in Utah so even national in our Sahalia it is that Ecuador the more the internet yet on late because of the lack of a quorum keeping adult side they don't want a tabi the Monument Valley Resource Development Committee but the conduct abandoned uranium mine for moonlight mine I don't know skyline mine Ecuador on the isn't down stage next now get people out of the this people on their call so it is a corner gate get hit a call Kodoshin now I have this oh yeah yes it's not net Kodona gate Bevan again a guy happy in the happy Jerry a could have yes it's not because stipend a late that is again it as an kitchen don't kitchen that is young at they're gonna well just no yes it's not I don't know the other grading committees it are based the whole now even national Kodona gate navigate committee me a report give it so called at the last and navigate but the later Leo watchman I don't hit 40 ladder but a decade the next navigate it is going to do a report because it is Utah Native Americans Orem Utah a meeting a could attend the slot could a Oljato to Naatsis'aan road a DG the vacation the house is negative what I think I don't know pahal kita I don't or yes should I can a could be based again away from the Navajo Nation 2.5 million what I should I get it could drop straight on it for environmental impact statement a could because they're meeting with the project, the road project. They ordered this and it's long. You took the university at that time. The 77580 it's a royan it's the cost. A later on hit out that need Catadano yen it's a the cost. I don't know could be enough that is moving forward. Future meetings. The San Juan Southern Paiute aid hit that or less than they call them. I went and be at the tables. But we have said he keeping did as a kid, as a could as a dam as a year that's down that a year call a kid and snag on action that has only even so it'll tree off it's a bit yes, so so the she supporting to at least to add it what's that added. One Southern Paiute tribe, they want to be involved. Oljato to Naatsis'aan rope they don't $1,000. I don't know pay them. It's grazing permit holders and former county commissioner, county though, Rebecca Finale, vehicle, they not land users, in among those people, vehicle, it's so he's net, so $1,000, I don't know, legislation at NOST, legislation 0138-23, a state task force, the belong to less than the yes, according to the three Utah, New Mexico, and Arizona. Utah just we had a caucus meeting. I don't know a resolution event. According to the delegate so we're going to be represented for Utah to be on the state task. Introduce amendment to strike out my name and insert honorable Harris honorable Harris. So it only $1,000. I don't know. Another is Oljato auditor Brown to change legislation corrective plan adult Oljato me legislation sanction even yet chapter the national and hello yes what as the same article when we go before budget and finance committee the same article by cost all by back that Mr. President report standard off report Thank you.
Cash down the report in lagi. Mentions in the Kaitan to Nazago, in the travelers on the living attention. Code, I should have Panayo, not peso. You cannot, Michigan peso, but you have Indo, they say. What in the Hadlin said, I should have not, I should. We don't unleaded, the has $100. So see that's what's going to not that issue the not hotel and the museum the Arunana fire station not had tour the Schlins never shall be got some data I can't in the Canada that not only from the audience any questions or comments on Delegate Daniel's report.
Chair, I have a question or a comment.
Madam Vice President, you have the floor.
Shiaj Delegate Daniels, thank you for your report and heard your message about this being your last term. The only thing I wanted to say again is the legislation 0139-23, the same-sex marriage amendment that Delegate Damon wanted to pass. I just want to say that if you could vote on the side of presenting that as a referendum to the people, I don't think that 23 members of the Navajo Nation Council should decide for the people what would be best as far as amending legislation that was passed previously and making amendments to it. So if you could be on the side of getting that as a referendum and put before the people to vote on, I think that would be the best way to handle this particular issue. Ay ide yata deshin sun ke.
Thank you, President. Any response, Shata, Daniels?
Yes, Mr. President, thank you very much. Kodo Shmaya Hatziki Kodo, I totally agree with her. Kodo Nagaitam, Kodo Kadnagait, from now to summer session, I'm going to work on the amendment. Ashado Nice referendum and yeah. What I could do add here ben he had after the let's go the 24 delegates need to again at 25th Navajo Nation Council. There's over 400 people, yeah, could on the Navajo people. And here that 24 they decide Iliago. So yeah, Ben I don't know what he thought. He quite go you papa to speak and he could also my hat big and he could what Ajiki could out actually could the last council because it does the best as no better a whole my position on this legislation is still red. I'm going to vote red on this legislation. So idiot about actually papa has the let's go not Kento Nana Kodo, Vietnam Lagi Kodo. I don't hear old art and Oyakis and Hello, that Eggy was either to that a band that in Hino. I don't know Kodona Gaidam budget, so it's coming up Sokodo, Asian Sokodo, Asian Kodo, budget season, committees. We're going to be going into budget hearings, so let's go. The 2 weeks of the net or less law and order committee. I go oversight in Ilada. I didn't done the budget navigate budget hearings in so the net or less go. So but could on a great big echo could up again again the three chiefs agreement and I in. Yes, and I President or Speaker or Chief Justice. Yes, that echo could budget a belana eat lequado. So it's the whole this of Kati Kodo. So it is Ecuador, Arunana Kodo on the tour is on the rate every base and a lot about West Neta or Oljato to Naatsis'aan road project. Our next meeting is going to be in August. So let's call Asian Ecuador and Ray. They give a house on it. What is sleep? Arunana Ray or Jato and that's the door. Let's call the Ray Manuel Valley Welcome Center. That's a Hashi. Special after let's go Aruna tour the net or let's go meeting in my Manuel Welcome Center. Sit or let's go Aru tour the net or let's business and aid and Speaker Curley, Aota Yahat, Zena, or mute had a tour that is next 25th Council tour the door least no Ecuador Yahat vehicle. So could on a rate Naatsis'aan all the 4 chapters. I see Ecuador and he can't how Zundo let's go. I call with the bed Ecuador. Could on a great shot tour Naatsis'aan the Oljato. But that day, Arunana the great at Hina Holia, but he cannot enough not the needs and the economic development, but for this care of that. So it is Arunana task force for 28 at all net. So amendment is select or less add some names to write the committee as $1,000. Mr. President. Thank you.
Yeah, there, Chair.
Oh, Mr. Begay, you have the floor.
Oh, yeah, there. Not the desk, though. You need to have a house. We can later. That, wait, I just insect marriage, and any ADV. We have a house. We, this is all I want this kid. I did that, and then it's in the so, and hold no one house in the don't know about this kid. On the way to way behind. I don't know. Are you on house? And then it's any. So, she goes in the air, so. Auction, yes, then but I just out. I put not joke. But just behind the sheet, I had no. You can say it's make a share, that's the behind the hello. So, quick, you can go. But at Ado, I see that I don't know the Ibka. Joe and so J. Ado in the A without Ibka, I can talk after there. So, 8 A with that. I don't know. No. Very last week, actually, emailed that, yeah. Reopening up the chapters. I don't need. Of course, quite a blue night. It's hard to do in a bit of and that's other report either. So even the non-disciplinary, non-Navajo. They let 25 quorum. I don't need. Of course, in the chapter 10. They are actually on that. You know, watch the so because next week is the chapter and you're planning meeting. Of course, other the calling the hello. And they so. That's how calling that the Shinsans and it has about hotly. Everybody has to be present. That's not joke without that. On this case and there so. They better change this. It's quite under this case. Now, they do with that. I want so.
Chair, this is Darlene.
Chairman, you want to respond to the question, please?
Yes, without thank you. I just without Oljato chapter. So they are behind the legislation. Not the rate insects. Like 8 without yeah, but yeah, without yeah, the Sabe has got yeah, they for that man. Right, so especially when you're in a winter rock. So as a bahagi, so the and can have no for the net and laid on a job actually things even about this the non let that or the yeah the what Papa has to get so so is he put on the rate I was in start has on the heart nella but I take or she adult head of Ecuador, Ecuador, Adonana, Ecuador, Redam. I know that in Redam, Rod Becay, Elan, Ecuador, Redam, chapters, attorney, litigate, on the Ecuador, reform, got I the legislation, la Nazi, lean the Ecuador, Yan, teleconference that, on Zoom, that, help a nation. A pandemic given now that been so so AD couldn't emergency budget illegal yes that commission has done has Carnegie say resolution and to end to end the legislation by Nazi play got an adult to start on the IND so even as you go on the 3 quorum it went away. So what's that only $1,000 so you're back to 25 at the chapter. What Ecuador, I don't know if you want to provide call-in numbers. I believe you still can do that, but they can't vote though. People at there in person, they have to vote in but the ones that are on the call, they can't vote during the chapter meeting. So Ecuador does not. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you for your response. The needed I asked Mr. Curley to read that letter from Dr. President Nygren. Good. From the audience, please don't. we this is like on our 3rd term, and please don't ask the same questions. That way, we make good use of our time here. Any other questions or comments?
Chair, I have a question.
We had a minor outage here, like a flicker, but we're back on. You have the floor.
Okay, it was pertaining to your last statement, Delegate Daniels. You said that the hybrid meetings, the people that are on the call cannot vote. Right? Is that right?
Come up with that night and get on the radar. Yeah, we hit the what's on the radar at the committee's meeting. So when hit on the radar, you can call in, but you can't vote. Hit on the so yeah, we had attorneys what I need to have it's on the radar chapter meeting. See what's there so so it is about on the radar planning meeting is kind of different. In the radar officials they vote in the resolution is not that is need to chapter meetings, but the radar regular chapter meeting when that's when people they attend meetings. So just like I said, we're back to the norm, and then they got back to 25 quorums. Non-certified chapters, certified chapters. They never fog so thank you.
Okay, yeah. I guess we have to reach out to Mr. Begay. That's it. Guess that has to be run by the attorney. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for the question and response, Shata.
Chair, this is Darlene.
Yes, Madam Vice President, you have the floor.
Oh, yeah, been it on also Attrato nahat abige. Kilna dahil okay kitchen. Alkina stay. They not a comment and questions. Mr. Daniels. Yeah, meeting da nahanan tato virtually da njonik be. I don't know how net that all yet. The first thing is the in-person meeting council delegates because you guys got used to going to different multitasking. I don't know at the local level chapters. We're multitasking so that'll be interesting. Although the next comment the same-sex same-sex marriage kwagi legislation in Nilsozgi. Edeya just a come shishazin ashishazin be as a community member and being a human being here on earth. Be be a dances kanskito. Ishe comment edeya ashishazin it or shatlet ada. Hala yo negi ase betet et nahlon hoto. Dona hadlen bete ayo ni kiki bisa leh kiki penashin kot beha beyat to nasa za to naso nalsosi nilsoso to the way of vote the referendum and hoto suggest liage to nasa liago shilto ashicho ne hatas to le I could end the Ashizini as a human being here on earth. It she did the Ado Shatlat Ada. The Kadeya question. I know that Mr. our chapter attorney, Roger Begay, is working on the presenting the Title 26 in kushis kanda ya hadle ede had order da analia that habo honetza jo hot a hatzi ishi han so da being hitch hodi although the Utah side you go kiki Naatsis'aan the Kuwishin 7 county or 7 chapters kushis kanda nika chapter many members hunting rights ki hatas to ako I've been listening to a lot of the Division of Wildlife le Utah state of Utah joki ako the kugoshi the rock the ROC kushi committee then I believe Jones and DeMille, Mr. Danny Scoot, the Shehutol, Shiji in Hilnitle. The southern joke, Ajitra, Hashin, so Benanashnat. Ako did a meeting that Antagil, state of Utah wildlife, do hide Eota, Navajo, and Linigito Satra. Akuido at Ada to ya to hayat kita na hadlen. Kaki halet elan song na de teshkil. So yeah, to aku chair.
Thank you for the question. You have a response, Ts'ah?
Thank you for those.
I'm sorry, Mr. Herman. One last thing. Based on that, the status of the Paiute, Southern Paiute, any road, the road connection be. However, on the state of Arizona side, they have introduced it at the I think House Rep in Washington, the Aja. A Southern U, the Aja Naatsis'aan. So they have some support from the state of Arizona, Ajo. If you have an update on it, when on the Utah side, you yeah.
Ts'ah, you have the floor.
Oh yes, thank you very much, Kadot, Ts'ah, Mr. President. Tchago has ago yahat zi Kadot, Chinala Kadot chapter Vice President from Naatsis'aan Title 26 Amendment. Kadot chapter attorney Kadot Roger Begay. So Kadot we don't have on this case Kadot maybe at our next meeting or just invite Mr. Begay. Those are the Hazoya and Kisnahatolne. Or yet over on Haban this case ADK. Adonana Kadot this Look at us. Oh, you've been there. Then that in the great teleconference going on virtual. The way what I need to. Oh, you've been there. Then there. We're back to the norm. We're going to get back to 25 quorum. I don't if all chapters sneaky could also my hat speaking but if fog is out I've button grade during the General Assembly the quorum button has passed it off. So AD could all but this one's only clinic to you yada they could all yeah benel then they what did the great leadership meeting going on and the great work session eight of a guest Peter because we don't vote at those two meetings. But the other ones, you have to be in person to vote. You don't need a committee, don't on and council. So, quick in the way not so like the net, the Sunday. Virtual donor teleconference. Could afford the council what about the net. So maybe at that time, we not so need I think he been holding it and I think we don't read that. We get changes, we could have about that here. The great planning meeting, not a donor chapter meeting, not so you bet business then talk about. I could cut out the well, this technology. I could out about the well, this or you have been then so what's up and not what this is about only for that done for you. Could on when you have your chapter meetings. They provide call-in numbers, and people can vote. And they teleconference. The ones that are on the call, the ones that are on Zoom that take it. So if you've been on this, you go with you see these neat out of the same response to either if you been massive with on the could legislation for the amendment that this to include the chapters too. So it's out of the about this they could. But I see what he said, actually, so the response to getting about that or let's talk about. So, as he out on the Utah hunting, in a rain that Zeki, and he was in a rain Utah, and the rain not as the rain license not a honey, because the rain of Zeto just at Naka, the rain Utah then a hunting license, April not a honey. I don't know the rain of the Naka. Kodo it is Agi Kodo a Kodo Ray hunting permit again. The Hina at Satan. So yes, it's a hata the rate not of other a conrate Harrishin dark kind of variant dark permit for and Hinda Satan or yes, they even as a Kodo in a rate Utah as it has any in a rate Fish and Wildlife, between LDA, or $80,000 conferences. But that's honestly now this honestly by day is not how they are there. So 80 hot Ecuador in Sonali night to the gate chapter vice president Ecuador. So 80 Ecuador, Adonana Ecuador. Utah being able to be wildlife resources, able to eat a very Chris Wood, able to now for people that so $8 only $1,000 AD. So I should not even lay down. Could all damn your heart big I don't know the status on the Paiute, San Juan Southern Paiute tribe. 80,000 a day down. Now, if others like had 300 acres, the Shania, say, we have a care or Liaco. But ended, I mean, not so. 3 of 2,000, they sneak out down. They use in there, Copan Radam, the great Congress saying, they say, Yabba Latita. But ended with I think I don't know this thing that without either. So I get a well, this again. So 88,000, but could have seen, could I. Is in the highest skill to get an update. The radar is it's not as they're not on in Sunday. I know that the radar DOJ as in the outside attorney higher made equal now to the destiny I did not as any last so could on the able to say not this case could on the radar DOJ could on the radar not or cut update and on hit or at least Mr. President. Thank you.
Yes, that's good information for those of us. And for that information and good question too. Cool. Any other questions?
Recording in progress.
If there's none, then let's move on down to Ms. Fern Benali, Supervisor Benali. I thought report prior to our quorum. We call FJDK. Ms. Lena Fowler, Coconino County Supervisor, District 5 Supervisor. Shamad, you have the floor. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Okay, Miss L.C. Small Canyon, need text you. It says she has a handful. She could, but she no cool. It will pass that, and then moving on down to number 7. Reports. NOST Regional Chapter Presidents. Hey, please email your written report to NOST Secretary. 5 minutes. Before we start out, I'm going to give the floor to Mr. Secretary, Mr. Curley. Could all email, because I think this is prudent to all the chapters. Mr. Curley, you have the floor.
Testing, test. All right. We'll see what happens. Probably this microphone, but let's go over to this side. Okay, this letter was sent out to all the 110 chapter officials and staff, to and from Roderick Begay, Assistant Attorney General, Navajo Department of Justice, Chapter Unit, date of June 23rd, 2023, end of the Navajo Council Resolution CJA-01-22. Okay, from May 2020 to present, certain laws and policies were temporarily suspended under the Navajo Council's Resolution CMA-09-20 CAP-19-20 NABIJN-26-20 CMY-36-20 CJY-64-20, CJN-36-21, CS-50-21, and CJA-01-22. Collectively, these resolutions empower chapters to handle the COVID-19 pandemic with temporary authorizations such as the 3-quorum rule, temporary FMS policy modifications, contracting, donations, and so much more. One of the questions commonly asked is, when will these temporary authorizations end? The answer is in the section 9 of Okay, I'm sorry for that. The answer is in this section, 9 of CJA-01-22, which says that it will expire when the state of emergency declared by the Commission of Emergency Management in resolution number CEM-20-03-11 is lifted. On June 15, 2023, the Commission of the Navajo Government Development passed Resolution CEM-23-06-15, which deactivated the state of emergency declared in CEM-20-03-11. This means that CJA-01-22 has also expired. As a result, the chapters are no longer able to exercise any of the authorizations under CJA-01-22. To be clear, this means that there is no more three quorum rule. All chapters will need to establish chapter meeting quorums through in-person meetings. Non-LGA chapters, certified chapters can no longer execute contracts under $50,000. Basically, the chapters will need to begin following the Local Governments Act, the 5 management systems, and all relevant policies. Essentially, it is back to the normal for all 110 chapters, which also means that all 110 chapters will need to fully reopen to the public. For any questions regarding this memorandum, please contact the DOJ chapter unit at the emails provided. With that, Chair, I just wanted to go ahead and mention that, we do have a standing resolution that was passed by the NOST committee back in, I think it was earlier this year. Let me double check that here real quick. But we did pass that we will continue that within our policies.
Okay, I believe all the chapters have these, and there's a question that was brought forward pertaining to this. So, I recommend that you read this. Could Mr. Curley bring up our resolution?
The NOST Chapter Regional Council had passed this resolution approving and supporting the continuance of the using the provisions in legislation CJA-01-22 for conducting official regional chapter meetings. As the world telecommunication continues to evolve, the Navajo Nation must follow the steps to continue technology for all businesses. Therefore, that the NOST Regional Council hereby approves to continue their hybrid meetings and have the ability to count registered members attending the meetings via teleconference virtually for the quorum. That was passed earlier this year, last year.
Okay, I thought I put that in there before we do our reports. And there was questions on it. I hope you read it, and it should be self-explanatory. Again, DOJ email Mr. Roderick Begay. Going back to the agenda, letter A, Patricia Blackhorn, Naatsis'aan chapter president. You have the floor.
I just really disagree with this resolution. Thank you for giving me the floor, Chair. I really do appreciate it. Aroyat and Hiteshnis, Council Delegate though, Herman Daniels, I really do appreciate it. Atara Atlasitli, and we talk a lot about a lot of stuff. We're having in-person meeting now. We're not doing virtual anymore. If we come see face to face, and that way everyone knows what they're thinking about, what they're saying, what the decision is, and what they want for the community. I know what I want for my community. I know why I raised my hand for the people. The neta nenike etes needs out on Johnny like Shama Fern Benali, this morning she gave her report. A call. And she told me, why didn't you give me the floor for the planned meeting, regular meeting, Shatoni? And I really do respect that. And thank you so much, Shama. But again, Santo, ayo na job ba ye. Hot up on case. You're supposed to, you know, respect your elderlies. And that's how I feel. Aro in the community chapter what aya. Aro ayo ba Hansen. Thank you. If you tell me I'm wrong and I'm right, I'm doing something wrong, I correct it right on the spot. No questions asked. I correct it. Aro Mr. Herman Daniels so what ashiyaj atana asasi lo okonna. I'm gonna correct this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna dito hot edala. Aro all the president speaked up for what the situation is with the CSC, ASC, SPPS, all that stuff. Bahinstein. Aro as long as we understand each other, we're human beings. What about this? Aro yeah, Mr. President, thank you for giving me the floor. I just want to say thank you. Aro Kerosin Tahaki Ilto. Aro Secretary Treasurer, Mr. Dillard. For all you do, thank you so much. I appreciate everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you for your comments and report. I was in Lanet. If you have a written report, please send it to our secretary, Mr. Curley. Cool. Next item on the agenda, Mr. Willis Begay. You have the floor. President Willis Begay, Jose Chapter President.
Yateho, Ada, Chair Mark Canyon, our Vice President, Darlene Pino, Secretary Delegate Curley, and then Council Delegate Herman Daniel. Ado Tauspagido, Ado all the other chapters. I don't know how Tonido, the position that you have hold, Hochia. Was the game shadow, but I didn't know what team was a shame. The spot though that should shadow can change the another. What I can mention, although very is something low. Or you are that Papa Jack do by him or aside another kitchen. So هذا النتاشنا هذا شو صدقنا هذا الشيء ونشتغله عشان لازم عشان ناس توقي يهو جنك لازم أجي يعني أحسن هذا إذا جو بارلاند إيه بابا شهيد هذا ندو بارلاند يفت إيوه هذا أنا 2 weeks ago ليه 20 hours أساسيت ليه into a classic little opera projects high they can't get the Niva band that it don't need all. Even the other sheets are though Hashin so Alayan das Nido I don't see projects they can't get other job and Tony. They would have a Nizido what are a classic the earlier that had other things to do. Although it's kind of later to a city that President Naigu never had no coordination no one say ya. Either other has been in the has did or whereby you don't need Belki tani pendo asin saban da sit. Ada shong sa ton ne thola. Ona atla. O hata ho tanda alche. Ado khasa last week though is Marona Benali. Yeah, I don't know Naatsis'aan lady kwesne. Nishananta ko Delegate Daniels. Yeah, actually. Yeah, I don't know Naatsis'aan. Yeah, once yeah it a chapter president and then don't invite on. I don't invite that. Yeah, I don't need to how. I don't know Naatsis'aan. Yeah. Once yeah do yeah she do ko ge Naash kato jian. Yeah, she basically chance yeah. Yeah, I have some questions about that. Beda over salta. Very just at the shita. I just at your what that's on development. I just Hank Stevens. I don't know the question to the council delegate. Of course, I not let us Alaban yet to Kelly that's just not. I didn't know that 15 years ago, but I know I don't listen to that 15 years ago. But now, channel and aside, the net don't and aside. You know, we did some tours and we talked about it, discussed it. I don't ask that's the way I understand it. Of course, the of course, what an lunch. But I other that city. I don't know could what is the whole Jiso on the power line project. So yeah, I saw a Nazi class so I had one but that is it all as an answer but I don't know that is non-native. And so Jalan Order Committee that had it out and high that in Jonathan. Just to seem to that you don't have the lad named Vincent that. So you want need and the Joe and I let a hot and later only yeah, this is all. Best that the Bahano that I think what is though behind it don't need to at all behind it that don't need to that though in the in hand is oh he did don't send the honor go the hard band of me no a chapter house yeah a law and order committee had it other that I don't chance to go out of one client so want to skip. It is whatever. I want thought all that back to you, Chair.
Okay, Mr. President, Willis Begay, though reporting lagi, although Oljato banan na do na banan missions energy. That's a continuing job as a president on the hotel. Started a pocket though. But get travel just we all know that this chapter official job's not to get rich on. Most of it comes out of our pockets. So what should they know cash it's not on him, Mr. Begay. Any questions or comments for Mr. Willis Begay? President Begay.
One last thing, you Willison.
Yeah, the floor.
The other associate, toward or never don't need all. Again, she delegate the him down of the other is a jet horn out toward that the that in the hall. The other is the basic hall. Other coordinator that was watching after me, yes, not at all. In the hall. Oh, I know it's Russell though, Roland Shinson though, and Naatsis'aan there, on the what I thought that Hana Kandi page now, there's yes, the cheat that's again, Handa Kao. Oh, it's quite jail, he me Ganson. Oh, he asked the tour now that he's Nispa, so that the one talk chase off. Hey, there with that, I'm sorry, not see them.
Chair, this is Darlene.
Ms. Pino, you have the floor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think it's now something Mr. Willis. The gay. The teeniki, want to cancel. We get the tanigito. We know that it's going to cost a lot. Although there's still in the planning, because you 15, because years it's out by Leslie. I'm not from here, so history by although I think we get the tanigit or get a this assessment, road assessment. Eine na benahat agi to peso hanid laba to we're at a stage phase to where we're trying to get the group is trying to get money to finance to do the clearance and assessment assessment that's where it's at, still at that phase. At the end it's although based on that okay to actually do this for the project to begin. Before the project begins, Bureau of Indian Affairs, but not a team. It's gonna be more 10 years old and not all. So that's how I'm understanding it. The ultimate at the end of the last decision maker is the BIA. I just want to make that comment. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, thank you for the comment. Nana, also, letter B, Mr. Gay report lagi. Ado nana konigay C. Ishila. Ko do report shleto let. I was reading my own report. Looks like I made some typos there. Called credit report the Schlichtige July 1st, 2023 SCG President's report. The should report send to Mr. Secretary. They should report the projects that affect our neighboring chapters and other activities in our community. The SCG leadership meeting every Monday evenings, unless if there's a holiday or any we get busy and sometimes we don't have our leadership meeting, but we invite people to our meetings to county supervisors that attend. They share their information. Delegate Daniels and reporting planning, zoning, all the leadership, their projects, updating what's pressing and what we need to do. Economic development, business site leasing, the committees, their chairs, I think, presenting the. We had a meeting with NTUA on it. electrical substation. The Fort Defiance the headquarters at Tlasi, the substation dot no a site at Piggy Lane, right next north of our community cemetery. So we had to find another location. So ben del steht the power line extension substation dot it's a three-phase power line. Another line that's going to run down to the hotel and the store. No upgrade, even the electrical power line. The same substation is going to provide power for Ts'ah Kindo, Kaibeturo, Neville Mountain. It's not as no. ANTUA Bitlasi Lane. Konige Shonto Community Government Complex Building. Hinanish Ajed, President Nez, before he left office, legislation signed a peso. Behodon Nishigidi, the complex building, a peso, give Polom. They were talking with Navajo Nation CPMB about the constructing the building. Aron Cheto site visit they did their evaluation. Some of the requirement was depending on how much the square footage is. Sometime it'll require a three-phase power line. No, it'll that as regular residential power line to accommodate like the heating system, the overall electrical power demand from that building. Although communication, we're still talking with them. It's an ongoing project. So the next item on the agenda, the old NGS Railroad. Yesterday we had our second meeting at Tonalea chapter. Kodi chapter, but that Yashan Todo Tonalea, or Todo Chi, the railroad colony, you had the home. Railroad, so right away, now economic development, Bansade Keso, community development, or Bansade Keso, in the height on it, Hinha, that's Washanto, although the Tonalea, Kabito, Dojo, Yanat in the Altachido, Sato, the Benat, Aji, Yansita, Kesit, Aji. His second meeting, it's going to continue. His surrounding chapters, that it could only report each title list. But internally, we have our water line projects, the electrical power line extensions, either even Danish. Although she could only report each title list. As Shonto Community Governance President, I can take questions. Also the letter report. So next, let's move on down to letter D. D as in dog. Shadat Geraldine Chi. Abikin chapter president, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you everyone. Although call this president of NOST, Darlene, vice president, that were the secretary, and then all the officials that are listening. Okay, call this. Although in the share the report is things, projects that are going on, like earlier, Delegate Daniel said that the legislation is going forth with the 8.4 our portion. He is going forth with the legislation for the summer session. So that's what's going forward. So we're really looking forward to that. Although we did meet with NPUA and the information that is given, information and documents and paperwork that's given to certain entities, there has to be a better process of doing those things, because with NPUA, there's a vendor that hasn't been paid. We've been working on it on our side, but it was not due to us, the slowness of it. But on Nego, they asked Earl for documentation again, like the Shonto system, no. And it's kind of tedious all the time trying to keep things together when it gets lost, where the people have it. Yeah, there another now. These and no. So it becomes a long process. It becomes overbearing at times because you wonder, how did they do their record keeping? Here in the chapters, they have to keep them on the husband. There's these documents. There was careful next time. No, have to keep them. But it's obviously it's not the same as the Navajo Nation or wherever these businesses that we deal with are. So but that's moving forward. The payment for that is moving forward. Other in the listing here and there, other NQA, PA, so a few Cayenne, so all those things are moving forward. And then delay project at Crossroads for the Commerce Center. That we got together with another resource, another resource. So if we discussed to connect all, we told them what we were thinking of and everything. So now we're gonna they agreed to go ahead and help us with starting the project. So the first phase, that'll start with this coming fiscal year. They're going to start looking for funding for plan and design. Auto businesses, Cluxy, as you know, we have restarted Cluxy, and Cluxy is moving forward. Cluxy is moving forward so that to where they're going to start looking at planning and zoning and then inviting not the departments from Wonderlock and then Parks and Service, Parks and Rec, the Aon that is that's forthcoming with Cluxy. Auto, we're looking at businesses, economic development. So we're kind of looking at that. We do have some people that are not wanting certain kind of economic development, but I think that I think we can come to a consensus. If not soon, but in the future. Like Darlene was saying, the process for the road. We still need to get ready for those kind of things because NOST, I told the people yesterday, I don't want to get caught not having things developed because people are going to travel and they'll use the net. They want to see this. We can try, I don't know, lahat at the same time. Oh yeah, that's couple at the movement. The Lagana, the yoga, and not focused on Lily, the and issue. Jonah has actually the natural history there. It's beautiful. So Ebony, we need to get ready for that with the snow. So, but those are the things that are moving forward. Adonai, kerja enough unsittable test kerja so electricity, but the day so it's moving forward. They do keep us informed of what they need and who to contact. Certain people, ADA, DA, it's not that, so we were in communication with those things. So Otto, the youth group worked at the chapter IGC happened, and it was a success. For the 2 days conference today, it was a success. Otto and the youth group did some improvements around the chapter. So next time, I'm and there's a sidewalk now in front of the chapter and a small awning over to the entrance to the chapter. Otto at the whole lot. So they, I thank the youth group. They thought it was the last day they took dinner to celebrate that. So, other than that, unless Stellar wants to add something, that's all I have. That's my report. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Shada for your report. Any questions or comments on so we can chat the president's report?
Chair, this is Darlene.
Oh, Madam Vice President, you have the floor.
Oh, yeah, Nana. Though here I think it'll now let Miss Chi Geraldine been. Although congratulations on your that's Ts'ah your legislation in the summer session she I bound nas and hahali. Although the recent event not the intergenerational year every year. Although the other thing is that at the meeting at Twin Arrows the Head Start NTOA although at the end of the meeting or comment ishla the meeting we're lacking data, some type of a database. Mr. Our delegate, Mr. Daniels, that would be good to have for NOST. Although the other thing was our NOST planning plan of operation. The bylaws, the articles, the we really have a stance, we have a say-so instead of having NTOA to tell us, well, this is what you need to do, this is what we need from you. It's more like the other way around, especially the Shonto you're really progressing with economic development. They have a good area. That plan of operation. Chapter NOS chapters we all know in our area, in our own community, what we have and landscape So a craggy plan of operation. Hajo that's it, but not the console yet. Mrs. Chi do Earl do Shonto do, because you guys are really progressing though. You have good things to say though. Good things. Your plans are legitimate, and you're talking about future plans. And so why can our own plan, our NOST plan of operation bylaws could be, what can we do to have that strengthened? But on how answers can start handy need Madam Chi. Thank you, Chair.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't your comments. Your plan of operation behind Ziggy is still with, I'll let Mr. Curley speak on that, our secretary, the status of our plan of operation.
So currently, we're still waiting on the Legislative Council attorneys to review it. That's currently where it's at right now.
Thank you, Ts'ah. Yeah, that's the status of our plan operation. So reports, chapter president reports that you I see Shama, Supervisor Lena Fowler on the line. I'll give the floor to her. Shama, you have the floor.
This is Lena Fowler, Coconino County Supervisor. Being able to deliver my update report. Not ani Atlasol do Jonago Adla and Abikia hit to the Yaba Henson and hit the Epandakai Ado Shiajdo council delegate Beshbasa Ando do Ado county supervisor Ferndo and Hilda Noxodo Ado staff on Clinida. You're taking up your Saturday and just really committed to your community, so I appreciate that. Koya eya Coconino County Dago. You all probably heard about and read about President Biden sending out the BEAD funding aid for broadband. No states, not the Yitla. Over $42 billion, and Arizona alone is gonna get I think over $1 billion. So I want to just let everyone know that that's out there. But here on the it's funding that we really need on Navajo. I facilitate the broadband meeting on Navajo Nation. The counties that are involved, the Navajo Nation broadband office, regulatory office, and speaker's office, council office, the council delegates, Carl Slater and Casey Begay, Dale Nishtai, Watai, Kialan Begay, what on Dale Nishto, the state of Arizona broadband office from the Arizona Commerce Authority, do New Mexico, do Utah, do Colorado. We're all working together, and then all the providers like NTUA, AT&T, even AT&T, the FirstNet, which is a first responders network. Eta art and nepelndelnish. Cellular One, Sacred Winds. What Ogo, we've been working together. And then along the way, I see on that we discovered that Navajo Nation did a legislation with NTUA and Arcadian, which is a long haul provider, private company. They Salt Lake to Phoenix, Salt Lake to or Phoenix to Denver, so they're working on that. They did wrote an agreement with NTUA. Was involved in 2018. Out of 2020, the council, another legislation came before them, and it took out NTUA and gave sole proprietor to Arcadian exclusivity. So what that means, and that's what we've been meeting on with the president's office and BIA and others, is to what does that exclusivity mean in that legislation? Well, what it means is now Coconino County, when I first presented to you all and to the chapters, we're really excited about our study and our proposal from Coconino County. AA Flagstaff, that 430 strands would be a fiber would be delivered from or built from Flagstaff to the Utah border, and on the other side of Page at Greenhaven, Ado, Utah said they'd pick it up from there. Ado, from Tuba City Junction, Highway 160, it would be run all the way to the Four Corners, and New Mexico and Colorado would pick it up. Well, that is not happening, because, and they would have delivered middle mile, yeah. And along the way, it was going to run fiber into Tuba, Kayenta, at all these, main stations, data banks that was identified. The board of supervisors approved it. And now, when we started doing our right-of-way requests, BIA said we had to talk to Arcadian. It's not them that we talk to, Arcadian, and because they're the ones that own that water, that right-of-way. Although we talked to Arcadian, that they said that we had to buy dark fiber from them. And they told us, if you're gonna run a line now, Navajo Nation's gonna lose money. You're taking money away from Navajo. No. Although, if you wanna deliver service to Navajo communities, then you have to buy service from us and deliver that. You don't need. Though the Forest Service, though, they couldn't really do much. So anyway, that's just one example of a project that I'm really aware of, because I really wanted that project to go. And now it's all at a standstill. That's why a lot of the broadband fiber projects, where's the build? Where is it being built out? Well, it's not happening. The one from Phoenix, the smart highway from Phoenix to Flagstaff is done. This one would have been done. And now from Flagstaff to the California is being built. And now the proposal is from Flagstaff to along I-40 to New Mexico, but it's gonna jump over 30 miles of Navajo Nation land. So 30 miles of Navajo Nation land on I-40 is not gonna have fiber because of this agreement that the council entered into. So I guess I'm reporting to you all because I'm really afraid that I live in Tuba City. I really wanted this fiber for the former Bennett Freeze area. It would have covered all the 9 chapters. So at least have that fiber, and the adojo you can build out from there. Yeah. So that's what I was really looking forward to. And now it doesn't look like it's going to happen unless the council acts fast and rescinds that legislation. Otherwise, middle miles are not going to be built. We can't continue to depend on towers. Adeya, we're all on microwave. We have a hospital in Tuba City. We have a hospital and inscription house right there. And Kayenta, they're all on microwave. So these hospitals and schools and these governmental institutions, they really can't do much because it's all by microwave. And, you know, First Lady Jill Biden came to Tuba City and helped build a cancer center because we have a large number of cancer patients. But they can't do more. They can't build more. They want to expand. They really want to have the highest technology there, but they can't because there's no fiber. Even right now, when we got seen in Tuba City, and we have to have an image transported to, a specialist to go look at it, maybe down in Phoenix or somewhere. A lot of times it's really difficult to get those images out of there. So it impacts every single one of us. So I want to tell you all about this, and I've been talking about it at the broadband meetings that I facilitate, and now here's the speed money that comes through. And we even have a lot of grants out there that we're really eligible for, but we can't access it. So I guess I'm giving you a report again to ask your council delegate and advocate and ask that the council rescind this resolution and this legislation that was passed in 2020. The president's side, they're trying to do what they can do. Once the council takes action on the president's side, executive side, they really can only work within that boundary. And they've been trying to understand more about this. The broadband manager, Sonia Nez, regulatory, telecommunications regulatory director, Tico, Charlie, they weren't even aware of this legislation. So we're trying to understand it better, which is all we can do, but in the end, the council needs to take action. So I just want to let you know about that. But at Coconino County, we didn't sit around once we found out about this. I just happened to meet Starlink, SpaceX, Starlink satellite internet provider, and that's how we got Starlink out here. We started delivering Starlink. First of all, it was just 45 families in Tuba City region. The board paid for that, over $80,000 just as a beta test. Then from there, Starlink was able to secure donors, and we started delivering Starlink out to students. So we have hundreds of students that have Starlink now. From that, the Starlink government relations director came out Erica, and she was in Tuba City, able to meet with parents and students and some of the chapter officials and others that came out just to talk more about how Starlink can work with tribal government. And that's what I'm advocating for now, that Starlink work with tribal governments. The reason why is because my office in Tuba City is has Starlink. One of our public works down down south at Happy Jack has Starlink. Page offices have Starlink. And so I know that the Navajo Nation's working on E-rate for all the chapters, and we've been working on it. Chris Bacinti was working on that prior to him leaving. Now Tico's working on that, trying to get all the Starlink out, the E-rate to the schools, libraries. And so now we're now moving into a new phase. We have Starlink on top of a school bus in Page, the first of its kind in the world, and in Flagstaff, the school bus. Now we're really looking at like law enforcement. There's all kinds of ways of working with Starlink, and that's why I asked her to come out. So, and in the meantime, we on Navajo need to take care of ourselves. This is the future. And what I always think is that, you teach people how to work on a computer, teach them how to be a online worker, and also then get them a legitimate job. These metro were smack in the middle of these big, huge cities, Salt Lake, Phoenix, Albuquerque. They were surrounded by that. And those metros, they have jobs that people can't fill. So it could bring people home. We lost a lot of population when NGS and Peabody shut down. So this is just another tool that we could use. So anyway, that's what I want to report out on, is the dire need for broadband on Navajo. In Coconino County, there was funding that went out from Arizona, and it was supposed to go to rural counties. And this is how challenging it is to get funding. Coconino County did not get a cent of that, even though we submitted projects, and we competing with, it's very competitive. And then when Navajo Nation, the state won't even touch Navajo, and they're just, then it creates more challenge. We need open access, and that's what Coconino County is really, that's what it wants with this fiber that it wants to put down. So anyway, I want to just bring that to your attention. We're continuing to distribute the Starlink, and trying to introduce Starlink to the government now. And so that's where we're at right now. We still have our health programs that are out there. They were giving out free diapers on first Friday of every month at the Tuba City Flea Market. We're still doing birth certificate every Wednesday. We're still doing all the projects that we're working on. And we still need gravel. We need gravel pits. Everybody wants the roads repaired. They want to have it better roads than just moving sand around. But we can't do that without gravel. We can't do that without material. And that's a big challenge. Every time we have to patch up a piece of a road or a section of a road, we have to haul gravel or whatever the material is from Flagstaff all the way out there, all the way out to wherever that's going to be. And that is a big challenge, and it takes up most of the money that should be used right there. And if we're going to be buying materials, we should be buying it from Navajo business, but we don't have anybody to buy it from on Navajo. So as you have your conversations about roads, as you have conversations about where these gravel pits are, then I really think that the chapters need to talk to each other about allowing the counties, BIA, and Navajo Nation to use those developed gravel pits. It would help people. We could start a business. We just had Change Labs that just opened up, and I see Marsha online, and there's a lot of opportunities. People want to start businesses. Let's support Navajo business. So that would be my report, Mr. Chair. I know it needs to be a short one. Thank you. Yeah, Chiaz.
Oh, yeah, Shema, reporting live. Yes, it's on mute. Oh. Yeah, you cover in that like the fiber optics that's much needed on the reservation in the Navajo Nation. I know for Shonto, along Highway 160, that fiber run that was done by Frontier ado NTUA though. So in Shonto area, they ran fiber optics along dirt roads. So it, I don't mean to sound negative, but we had response from our community members that, that a lot of it was run above ground and hit officials on it. Well, for me, I had real negative comments from our community members. If it was underground on Shonto, and even Christian community members, so that, I mean, this two company, Frontier NTUA, and when they ran them, it didn't go to the house, directly to the house, unless J-box. So I don't think anybody hasn't used those services yet. I know there's going to be a fee. Christian, it's probably a lot of money to where our community members can't afford. Although some homes lay power lines, then they ran those fiber optics. So some of these, they go hand in hand, like electricity, and a lot of the solar panels, the solar system, they can't provide that kind of electrical demand for their laptops, their routers, those additional equipments that comes with it. So
yeah, right now you can only run on towers, not in the ground if it's on Highway 160. Though those places that there's no electricity can get solar and use the Starlink. I have Starlink. I have electricity, of course, but now Starlink has, if you have Starlink and if you have internet in your home and you live on Navajo, most likely you are eligible for a discount, FCCC discount. And now Starlink qualifies for that. You can get discount for it now. So there's a lot of opportunities, but we have to really we have to take advantage of them while they're here. These dollars are not going to be here. They're not going to be here anymore. And if you're on tribal lands and you have internet, you pretty much are eligible, most likely eligible for $75 per month discount for your internet access, and up to $100 for a new computer if you buy a new computer. There's all kinds of programs that are out now. And
Chair,
but those are not going to be there forever. They're going to be gone, and we need to act fast, because this is the way you do business from home. If you have a business, go to school from home, work from home, and learn how to cook, how to repair your vehicle, how to do everything from home. We have people that have Starlink, and they're so creative. They even hook it up to their car battery to run them. So anyway, Hakoshila, Mr. Chair, thank you.
Chair, this is Darlene. I have some
Oh,
questions.
Yeah, did it. I agree with you, Shema. It's something that's needed. Usually Navajo Nation, fiber optics up at that then, and that's today's way of doing communication. And another thing you mentioned was the gravel. When Shonto Hotel was under construction, they needed dirt, a material that meets the compaction. Yeah, there's a certain material that does that. So we went around to our old gravel pit sites. I believe we went to like 3 or 4 of them. And then there was a site that they sampled the Oljato. Just so happens that materially it met the criteria, compaction. So we managed to save the hotel some money, the construction money. Otherwise, they would have been traveling out to Flagstaff. So versus traveling out there and just going down the road. So on the these pit sites, it's really needed on the reservation, Navajo Nation. So Shema for mentioning those. I want to give the floor to Madam Vice President. Darlene, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Ms. Fowler. I just have the answers for you. On this, first of all, this Navajo Nation Council resolution passed. Thank you for presenting the resolution 2020 Navajo Nation Council passed a resolution. That resolution number, the chat begin hot although legislation the a hashintago issue the bakat hashin vote that ilagi do that from the Navajo Nation Council at the summer it could have been a winter, spring, or summer session, fall session. That type of information although they with regards to here at home, my husband and I, we have Starlink. We don't have a problem with it. Though it works for us, it works for what we do, what the amount of work that we do, that we have to, when the internet and conferences, conventions, when we participate in that, the veterans, the that's what we do. Although any type of development, we use Starlink. I could any hip easier to need. Okay, the Starlink, the one that you provided to the students, the bus, the who's after it's delivered and is given to individuals like students, who's paying the parents, I think, and less school. I wonder who covers I'm curious as who continues to cover the expense with that. So like I said, we pay for our Starlink. Although the monthly bill, another thing, as we I would like to request from you, Ms. Fowler, is that the Net Chamber of Commerce, you're from your group, although Judy Begay's group, although in the Fern Benali's group, although Change Lab is a huge Heather Fleming, we're closely connected with her. As you're aware of, my husband is the emeritus chairman for emeritus member for the Net Chamber of Commerce. We actually, back in 2014, 15, we were part of that, starting that in the Net Chamber of Commerce. So the development on Navajo. Although the huge thing that they do address is the Navajo enterprises competes with its own people, which is the private sector. With this type of arcade, broadband, but they already knew that. NTOA already knew that, but never really addressed or mentioned that. I understand the business side of things, the reason why it's business. But at the same time, though, if it's business, the Navajo Nation, Navajo people, the Net people that are in the running their own business, private sector, Miss Fowler, the development, business development, the gravel, we and here the Net Chamber of Commerce we all know the red tape of the business regulatory of the Navajo Nation. But do we really need that? on the business side of things, go by just to by against that against the base of the la bit that all the hobby kit has auto loans the all of this bonding the when ako I lago ya and go the never the business owner in Liniki the construction the gravel this I know that in Nava out of Farmington it's a Navajo business owner. I you but like heta ho nils in the thon here the net chamber of commerce ajo that he ajo the ho need the hat na hat aki ajo jo hot o ya but ashin so to on be a calm ish la do les do he had to na ka hon ti ko I think that's the main thing that I wanted to say. So it sounded like you were quite disappointed that the Navajo Nation, the council had made this passed this resolution some time ago, and it was really never shared. But actually, jo a bit out of ato haven't kahon eto dili juti needs. That's what the net chamber of commerce is all about. I got hidi ka ashonde, Madam Fowler. Yeah, thank you, Chair.
Okay, Shema, darling, Corona, identity Shema. Kaya, well, Hanik, Neshiji, but she pays your award is on so set down there.
We want some.
Right, bread.
Oh,
So we can had us so the kid. Here, Shamanda, to report in light all the information that you provide. Navajo County, just in your chapter in that, I'm sorry, going to what Supervisor Fowler. I didn't know I cannot know any questions or comments from the audience. Robert,
Just save some stew for us, but didn't know shouldn't deal.
thank you, Shiaj, and thank you for everyone. Thank you for your work. I'm trying to do as best as I can on this end. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Also, reports daily. Moving on down to number 9, resolutions, action items. Number 1, Mr. Secretary, so, Mr. Curley had been on the chalet table set you lado at Hoda. And on the Shalone, the resolution, Jagi, 1 year. Sorry. Oh, I apologize. I jumped the gun here. Thank you. Number 8, presentations and presenters. Kodo A, N.O.S.T Region ARPA Project Update, Division of Community Development. Do we have anyone from Division of Economic Development? DCD, Community Development. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. At them, Beach all day. IEC presentation, Kayenta Unified School District. Shema Glenda Fuller, IEC member. They the partner in my. What's wrong? Paso this.
Diga Khan ya.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
guys do delivery?
Oh, yeah. Kodo NOST Regional Council members that in Canada has I gito I President Mr. Small Canyon, the Vice President Miss Pino, Secretary Mr. Dale Curley, Council Honorable Councilman Mr. Daniels, chapters NOST chapters Naatsis'aan the Oljato, Apikin and Shonto governance members. Ihe Koen Hadal Aido Ashinsad presentation Hatninigi and regarding Johnson O'Malley Indian Education Committee members. Shay Carolyn began Shiedod Islan Shloyed and Etachin Bashishin, but Ani Bashishin, but Ani Dashidod Islan Dashanale. Na Kayoni card Holiedo in Asha Ebiado Ishiaho Shaj eight Zilado, Zilin Holiedo e Adonaga, Ado Holjet Hobiado e Benanido e Ado Nasha e Ado Holiana Kayoni card. Ado Ben Yahigi we're asking for a resolution to support the Indian Education Committee members to remain as parents late March, November of 2021 at a for Chianti Unified School District Johnson O'Malley program. As a parent, I'm a vice president this year. And the reason why we're asking for this position or this support from the regional council is the Chianti Unified School District Governing Board and the Chianti Unified School District Superintendent, along with the Navajo Nation Johnson O'Malley program, are not in support of the federal regulations under 25 CFR Part 273 Subpart B, Section 273.1. And the KUSD Johnson O'Malley Indian Education Bylaw that was set in place in April 16 in 1934. April 20, 2023, we received an email from Chianti Unified School District Superintendent stating April 2023, they had a special board meeting that was held with Chianti Unified School District Governing Board determining that they will assume the KUSD JOM IEC responsibilities to start on April 21st, 23 to end school fiscal year 2024. This was supported by the Navajo Nation Johnson O'Malley program on April 21st, 2023, when the Chianti Unified School District Superintendent had a meeting with Navajo Nation Johnson O'Malley. And there is 4 of us that is on this Johnson O'Malley Indian Education program. I represent Oljato chapter, and Miss Linda Fuller represents Shonto chapter, and then Miss Sheila Pelt, who is here as well, represents N.O.S.T chapter. And our president, Judy Francis, represents Chimbito. And I'll give the floor to Miss Linda Fuller.
Yeah, my name is Glenda Fuller, but I mean, no, that's got you. That should say, I don't go behind that. Shonto, about 10 years. That's Audrey Kehunchte. Shastin Adonaga, Mr. Fuller. Eko Ashantko Gikedohin. It's in a shadow Legasha. Near Kienta Ado A Nasha. According January, I was appointed to be on the IEC representing the Shonto community. February, I got a confirmation from my chapter, Shonto chapter, to represent the community. 2 months ago, we ended up being told that we're being removed. The reasons were unclarified. There was no clarification to why we were being removed. We're just requesting support from the chapters so that we can continue as being parent representatives and the voices for the parents within our community and supporting the children that go to school within the Kayenta Unified School District. And so there's a lot of, I think, miscommunication or how do you let it know? There's no collaboration, clear collaboration with the Kayenta Unified School District and with Navajo Nation JOM and the IEC members. As the Indian Education Committee members, we are responsible for allocating the funding to help the children with their unique needs within the school district. They have eyeglass program assistance, school supply assistance, cap and gown assistance, and like ACT, SAT testing assistance for seniors, college registrations. And as of right now, being not having our meeting since April, we don't know what's going on, and we don't know if the students will have their school supplies for next year, or if they're going to have any kind of assistance for their glasses, their testing fees. We don't know. It's all uncertain right now. So that's all we're asking for is support. And as far as the school board assuming the roles of as IEC members, they're not asking for any kind of, they're not listening to the voice of parents. So if we stay on, we were able to listen to the parents, and we need to have the parents' voices be heard and to continue. Thank you.
Thank you, Shmaya Kudo, reporting live. From the audience, Naidi Kidazin Kelo, Biba Hon Negi. I hear none. So Naatsis'aan do lekons or presentation Kudo Hinchelia. Hello, Kadia, finally. Number 9, resolution action
Chair.
items.
Chair, this is Darlene. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm sorry, Kaya. You think to now
okay, you have the floor, Shema.
thank you for the presentation. My question is that couple things. You asked for a resolution. I guess it will be a question for our chair. If we're doing a resolution for this resolution, KD, although the presenter resolution, KD. And then the second thing is the this Johnson O'Malley, the she. Is it okay, how can I say it? Is the whole Johnson O'Malley getting shut down? Or is it just, forgive me if I'm sounding rude, is it just your position? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. It's not the whole Johnson O'Malley, it's just the Kayenta Unified School District. The parents are being pushed out and we're not able to meet and we're not involved. The parents' voices have been taken away in a way because the superintendent of the school and the school board, also with Navajo Nation, Johnson O'Malley, have decided to remove the parents for no clear reasons to why we should, without due process. And we're just asking for support so that we can stay in there to help the students there.
Chair, this is Darlene again. Thank you for clarifying that. The reason why I was asking is that recently Hesse had their meeting with Dodie and the Twin Arrows. Friday, I thought she and or the day Wednesday when I thought the shape audition. And it sounded like from that report, there was the parent Ajay, they initiated that position, the one that's holding that position. The Christian and the report sounded like they're working closely with the community, the school. It didn't say that. I didn't catch the like individual schools. They didn't say Kayenta or Jade or Shonto. They just said that we have been working closely in good relation with the as far as the parents' involvement. But Chair.
Okay, thank you for the question. And responding to the question, Shema. Any other questions before I go down to number 9? Oh, Shada?
Hello, this is Geraldine, Apikin Chapter President. From what I'm understanding, they no longer want parent representation, is what they're doing. Kayenta School District is. Okay.
Yeah, we can hear the conversation. Thank you.
So my other question is, well, the other thing I want to say is that Johnson O'Malley, IEC, is an integral part of their policy. So why are they being allowed to disregard it? 2, if it was something that was Johnson O'Malley that's doing that, then Page Unified School District would have been saying that too. But and in fact, they just met to to pass their budget for the next school year. So this kind of sounds like it's politically based. Am I correct in looking at it that way?
Thank you for the question, Ms. Geraldine. And the first one, as far as Parental Indian Education Committee, that is regulation and policy, and you are correct. That's, that's POTUS's. He put it in place when he was debating with the Congress and the Senate. That was back in April 1934. I thought because on Ilya, and President of the United States said, the parents are the ones that know. That's the parent. Di peso, budgeted aniki, leniki, leni, leniki, ya haliadole. What are the peso nanteto? No ye has ila, Johnson O'Malley Modernization Act. Ado the N.O.S.T, the Christian Kate at this call Navajo Nation into the schools. And that from there, to Unified School District. Kodo superintendent initial. So I in Hilneta. Na hot yet to be in the most polite way I could put it. Has what in Hilni. Ado that will catch in each lahoti. Ado don Hilnahaneta. Ado the facilitator, culture center coordinator, a bit not mission hit that no this person, the culture center coordinator, supposed to oversee the invoices, making sure the invoices are submitted and making sure that the funding is given to the teacher. Ado send all the teachers things and supplies no ya order itla. Ohot basala ne na Boston itla get that na. Khala has on ada ohot abakata. Ado we have our own bylaws. Enya biyajit na de gehende dog at the hot inda. Ado naso the superintendent or township or governing board. A hinane kay a on now what that the nation don't need as parents. Or April 2023 and down what our email igila superintendent. Ado benani gishe peso. Di kwegi. It's about over $71,000 that we are missing. E la haj di kwadet budget nhan ye. I started in November 2021. I have not seen the budget. Ado invoices shan. Dishi hananite, hatat la yahananite. Dish no benai dish kiddo na nashta. Eye ade shidash in DJ. Niye beson in shidana. A coho. Di beso ataningi budget report or yaningi. They need kedo don hitch in holneta. A shin that's an eye yesipina don hit haneta. A coho kodo April lenta don hitch it not the halneta. So I don't hit honeta, di now that the dodger. Din na hon hit the I don't hit that neither. Or they don't bother us, they don't acknowledge us, they don't act, they didn't notify us what is going on. Kodoich in the hilne. And then the second part, Mr. Carl Begay of Page Unified School District. He's an amazing coordinator. I've seen him and heard him talk to his parent advisor and IEC members. Whenever he says he's going on a travel, I have to get approval from my bosses, Nika. So he has that kinship and that the native culture influence. AI, yes, and he's a good person, I think. That's why that Page Unified School District is going the way it's supposed to be. And as far as Chianti Unified School District, it's the other way around. Although we don't even know if they got allocated for the next school year.
So that's what Navajo Education Board does. But Johnson O'Malley, have you reported to them what's going on? What procedure is it in Johnson O'Malley when something like that is happening? Does it even have policy for it or a process where you can complain to them about it or report to them about it?
We have notified the National Johnson O'Malley program, and they had informed us they will be here to support us when we need them. And at the moment, they said just go ahead and keep going about your due process, about making sure we are completing our chain of command. Even now, we're asking for your support.
Yeah, for the question and the response. Of course, your committee, do you have any legal advice, interpretation, any legal advisor? Can you turn to somebody to interpret what's going on?
As far as legal advice, a Navajo Nation, Johnson O'Malley, a Aja Napahi attorney, and so we kind of have to come out of our own pocket to hire an educational attorney.
Isn't that, if the attorney is for Johnson O'Malley, for Navajo Nation, the representative that's working with the Navajo Nation, if the attorney is for Johnson O'Malley, he should have clout. Don't you think? He should have clout with the Navajo Nation, saying, so, hey, I back this up because it's written in the policy, it's written in there's ordinances, there's regulation, all of that. That's you cannot take them out of the school. I'm just afraid that Navajo Nation is kind of following what the rest of the United States is doing, where parents don't know school system. But in a lot of schools, the parents started fighting back. What about the parents of the students? Have they voiced their concerns?
Thank you for that question. So I went and posted a social media post requesting for parental support, and it was removed. That was in violation of our freedom of speech. So we're still pushing forward. We're still, we have not heard anything from the parents, and but we're trying to do our thing as staying within the policy and the regulations.
Yeah, I think parents should really get involved instead of just putting their child on a bus and babysit them at the high school. I mean, a lot of this stuff it's based on Naatsis'aan. So I think the parents should be part of your voice. I know as leaders, I mean, I think updates would help the chapters. So each chapter's on. And as far as, I am not sure if our delegates are aware of this. Like Kent, they have Delegate Parrish, Delegate Daniels, he's online listening. And I don't know from the county side, Supervisor Benali does it. Looks like she got off the phone. Benaki hatido yelo, ichit no pinkla. Jo even ye. So,
Mr. President, this is Daniel.
Shita, you have the floor.
Thank you for that. I'm still trying to listen to the presentation that was made by IEC. Mr. Kito, Nana, Kito, Ms. Fuller, outside the Jimmy Son from Navajo. Oh, and yeah, I know that you did your presentation chapter, Oljato chapter, on his Oshna. It really bothers me for those of us how things are going in the school district. Yeah, with the council, on the council side, and his husband that the Health, Education, and Human Services Committee, they're the oversight of the Kansas school districts. But over this case, I don't know how she presenters. If we go before the committee, there will get some direction, and usually this committee, RDC, the attorneys, advisors, maybe that when we go before this committee, they say that we get a door and they start. So this case, if you want to go that route, I'll make that request for you at the next his committee. I case to go before the committee and give a presentation to the committee. So it is about the list. Thank you.
Keshta, Shilla Casalile, Mike not kill. Chana Eshra. Here, though, if we can make those arrangements. And could appoint that is or appointees, yeah, appointees. So that is, but we're not really paying attention. And we should move on this Shita all the way from the Nunit HES committee. And I don't know from the county side, I think meetings or 10 days. I think we should get their involvement too.
Mr. Chair, this is Marietta. I just want to make a comment if
Oh, Shitsu, you have the floor.
I did not any those that are giving presentations. She at the also Bahadestinson. She Marietta Badoni Hunchia Olje Todeko. I'm the secretary treasurer. I just wanted to say that Dita Yayaltiegi back in November 2021 at that Dashin Ika Ade Nijit Naatsis'aan law and JOM member they with IEC and Kayanta Janal Auto Audit Nalso supporting resolution Bahata Diviado NOST but we moved it forward for her. aronde nas padeshi net March this year dashin audit non sos najitla right before the I guess it was more the school district that came to contact our chapter asking or trying to confirm that Carolyn is a member of Oljato chapter. A call o sada go o hot on I de kid a call she not so she go administration office aja go she a hot la de lande she o hot on I de kid o we just confirmed but we didn't sign anything. Call she here newest CSC using a not so la even though the documents that came in were asking for a chapter official. A call Aishi Bikiji Ben Najnishnahalan Sali afterwards when we got report from Carolyn herself. She usually does like the monthly reports a call the Shanit Ashi Oyobe Bikiji Najnish a call on need to go a hot Handet Hanet Nadasadits on that the school district is changing their direction and taking off parental involvement out of JOM and having the school district school board members manage the JOM. This last month, we did a supporting resolution for Carolyn to remain as a member of JOM for Kayenta School District, and then to keep it with parent involvement. Ako onalt sos banasta de nel. Ako here koje school district, San Juan School District in Monument Valley, ashi bata hasadots on need to go. We had some students walk out. Part of that walkout was because of this very same reason. In here koje San Juan School District, J.I. don't Ahadin nada and here parents that need linigi here hot that JOMG. So they have other members that are in position to represent the schools. I believe that Nelson Yellowman, he's a representative, but we never really hear back as to the type of things that they're doing. A Kodi walkout is lab and nachi any we had human rights commission it not report the day la it a nachi ashon hashin sago ala on hilchananat a koshibansa's case or go ashis as a parent because I have a teenager that's in high school and then I have an elementary student. Aroinda, I'm an employee for the school district. And even then, we don't hear back as to the type of activities that are going on with JOM. They still have control. We really should support them. Again, going back to being an employee of San Juan School District, I used to coach cheerleading. With Monument Valley High School here in Monument Valley, not the one in Kayenta. A uniform then for cheerleading. We had to do fundraising on here bake sale that day long. On that basketball game on they on that blending there's Chunya Hije Belagana they all you and there's only one Navajo student. Traya al watashi hadadat al banu uniforms to halon the bags the adani the keta ada bisho the hair ties the bisho. I know Coach Bon Shorty, but I need to find out where they got their money because we need money for our team. Again, out of 13 cheerleaders, only one was Navajo. and the coach goes, we had JOM approve our uniforms, Nila. A odd, a bags odd, a uniform, a beats in the law. Be shirt though, be vest though, be skirts though, be socks though, be shoes though, be hair ties. A odd, a be gloves the odd up below. A nakabik and the Ilya from JOM, Nila. Because oh, you're non-native, but it's that we just went based on the whole school, Nila. The fact that we even have school students that are native, based on uniform, Nila. And I know that just hearing that a few more times, I heard San Juan School District doing that. Okay, I'm thinking if there was a way to undo it, I think this is a good thing that they're coming to us at NOST region. And I think we just need to support them and go on to Western Agency and try to overturn to where they can't do that to Navajo Nation schools. All the Navajo Nation schools should have parent involvement left in the JOM. Ado ben yahago Oljato belagana Oltrat hits on Yenachi Yentato Kedo Nhin Ralchinia o Badata Hadil Dohanson Ohot Abansa's case. Ako Carolyn, thank you for being brave enough to stand up for not only your own kids, but the community of Oljato, and then the school that you're associated with. Thank you for the time. Bye.
I'd like to say something. This is Ella Badani.
Shade, you have the floor, Ella.
Okay. Shade Ella Badani and she put it in Slashin, but she's changed Islam National Kidnadashi. I wrote the Arnie Johnson O'Malley Hanenegi, A Ultra, Action Staltra. Back in 1934, in April, they approved that Navajo, so they have a culture, yeah, all Navajo and different tribes. They are the best of because treaty signed Dalia, best of not because of the way they live, poverty. At a school, but wherever they have Native American, it pays for their teachers. It pays for the culture that they are. So everybody is supposed to have Navajo classes. And the parents' involvement, you see. So the school has to have a parent involvement. Okay, contract issue, but in there, they said, Native American, dan Leniki, 80 pesos, yeah, at the hotel, after 3 years old, and I don't let on high school, Jishi, a big no, a peso every year. I thought there's a grant that they do, administrator grant, and the grant writer, and let she so she don't share either that paperwork. You need to look into that either. I don't from one school to another. The chapter has to sign it. Should you or you other school that Shonto because I'm the secretary treasurer. Then could you we can't just let them be out there. We have money. Johnson O'Malley benacha. Assign deal that not a sign nashi. I don't lay hajo in school gi ajo ka ajo besa abeket no dala. Jo a hit a hashin nashi test dot that na at the hashi and use it. It obelagana pata. But since Kliji, it get a big a better. Oh, bahashna they been yeah.
Okay, shudder. Goes to the
Chair.
Snaggy. Madam Vice President, you have the floor.
Yes, not Annie's. Thank you, Mr. Rangi. I wanted to say thank you for the information. Jungle with the house nedo. The house and go about that. The Nagi a so the house from the issue. The cat about it. So, treat ago NOST chocolate cathedral. You see, a peso that's it. The na. You see, got ego has jo ni ka ya ha the Johnson O'Malley you see ni angi den the hegi ya na be fo ba chindo sajo the ne ko to ba kri e ba alian de of course Kienta school district is a the mede or in store and had Diego all English na siya kwile ko ni ko ne. Late ay na ilan sin avances kes. That's usual.
Is it?
Thank you, Madam Vice President. Yeah, this listening to your input, it sounds like a classic movie where I mean, we know the story as Native Americans. I mean, it shouldn't have to be really explained to us. We know how this thing plays out. Koani din kado shaman dosatsi kado hitadon na aji beken sitzon. And I believe we need to get the parents involved on this. And I know this is a presentation, although the presentation, yeah, call a resolution, don't nana. Don't have kid. Shita, you have the floor.
Do you, Delaware Curly, just wanted to go ahead and provide maybe a recommendation to the presenters is that maybe if you guys can provide a list of maybe like a petition or something like that to the Board of Education. The Board of Education has their meeting coming up on this Thursday, and maybe those comments and concerns can be provided. I did send an email out to Claudia Edgewater, who's the acting superintendent, to provide an IEC report regarding the issues regarding IEC officer roles. Maybe providing that, and then also the resolutions that you guys have, that'd be great. Other than that, I think just providing your comments and recommendations or your concerns to the IEC, the Board of Education, then they can go ahead and hear your concerns, because the Board of Education also oversees all schools on Navajo Nation, regardless whether they're public, BIE, BIA, whatever you want to call it. We have oversight on all schools that are on the Navajo Nation that teach Navajo students. So, just wanted to let you know. Thank you.
Thank you, staff, for your recommendation. Cool. Any other questions or comments on this subject? I should be in English. Cool. Okay, cool. With that, let's move on to number 9. Resolution action items. Call number 1. Mr. Curley, could I start the resolution into the record?
Okay, resolution NOST Regional Council, NOST 2023-125-001, approving and supporting Glenda Fuller and Carolyn Beging as the new Navajo. Is that Carolyn? Right? Carolyn? Yeah, Carolyn. Approving and supporting of Glenda Fuller and Carolyn Begay as the new Navajo Nation Johnson O'Malley Kayenta Unified School District Indian Education Committee members for the NOST regional chapters.
Okay, thank you, staff, for reading the resolution to the record. Could I need a motion? Could I sponsor?
Motion that
Could I sponsoring it? And so it was thoroughly explained to us.
Chair, second.
Hey, motion, Ila. I'm sorry, I was talking away.
Marietta.
Marietta Bedoni. Motion Laro, second by
Marcia.
Marsha. Okay, thank you. And a second on the floor. Any questions or comments on the
I have a comment. Can we see the whole of the resolution at the very top? Let me see the title. Hold on.
We have a flat screen in the audience. It's real helpful.
Yeah. NOS regional chapters. Okay. I don't know if, I know that the 2 representatives are from Oljato and Shonto respectively, right?
Yes.
Navajo Mountain and TVK are in another school district. I'm just wondering if this would be an acceptable support. I guess this is for the sponsors if they think this is this will work for their purposes.
Chair, I will.
Yes, you have the floor, staff.
Marcia, just wanted to let you know that Ts'ah Pekin does have students from Ts'ah Pekin going to Kayenta. So there's one bus that picks up all the students from here. So respectively, I think it involves 3/4 of the NOST region. So.
Okay, but there is no representative for JOM from TBK though.
Can you repeat that again, Madam Vice President?
I said, but there is no appointed representative from Ts'ah Pekin related to JOM though, I said.
Currently, there is no representative from Kayenta School District from Ts'ah Pekin. We've been asking them and asking them and asking them, but they never have. There was a suggestion to where Glenda ought to be representing both Ts'ah Pekin and Shonto, but that resolution hasn't come yet.
Did they clarify your question, Madam Vice President?
I actually want to hear from the the sponsors themselves what they thought of this,
Okay.
if it would help them with their purposes.
Thank you for the question. My name is Carolyn, and yes, as far as the NOS representation, it is 75% covered. I guess the Apikin is pending because in March I had came to the Inscription House chapter about 6 months ago, and I was informed, and they were requesting for a representative from Kayenta Unified School District to be a JOM IEC member. And we had started working on that, and as of March, as of April, I did see it on the Apikin agenda to state having the Kayenta IEC member on board, but unfortunately that wasn't approved because of the downfall and the outward fall that happened at the school. And we are still, as we remain parents, that's what we are seeking for, is to get all of the NOS community members to be represented, because we do have students coming in from Navajo Mound that catch the Apikin bus. I hope that helps. Thank you.
Okay, did that clarify your question, Madam Vice President?
Yeah, I believe so. I'm just thinking on the other end as well, that this is something that would carry some clout for them in front of the school board, or to whomever this resolution is going. I'm sure they'll have some of the same questions, maybe providing some supporting documents that kind of detail some of the information that was brought forth would be beneficial in solidifying this resolution, or make it relevant and wholesome authority when it does go before them. That's all I have, Chair.
Okay, thank you. If there's no other comments or questions,
Chair, this is Charlene.
yes, Shema.
Chair, this is Charlene. Okay. First of all, I'm neutral on this, and so when the voting happens, I'll be abstaining, because I haven't heard. I would like to hear from the other side, and also when we do these resolutions, I'm curious, are we? Is there a recommendation to have them start at the local level, each chapter, and then present it at the regional, and then eventually at the agency? That's what agency for that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your comments. Let's put the motion to vote. Motion, oh, there's a motion and there's a second. So let's put the motion to vote. Can you do a roll call vote, please?
Okay. Honorable Herman Daniels, how do you vote? Patricia Blackhorn, how do you vote? Arlene Pino, how do you vote?
Abstain.
Thank you. Ella J. Badani, how do you vote?
And green.
Thank you. Russell Small Canyon, how do you vote? Willis Begay, how do you vote?
In favor.
Thank you. Gene Holiday, how do you vote? Marietta Bedoni, how do you vote?
In favor.
Thank you very much. Benedict Daniels, how do you vote? Roland Small Canyon, not in voting. Marcia Gray, ayes. How do you vote?
Green.
Thank you very much. Robert Black, how do you vote? Thank you very much. Brittany Hunt, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you very much. Geraldine Chi, how do you vote? Thank you very much. Chancey Notestein, how do you vote? I vote in favor. And Happy J. Begay, how do you vote? Eight, 9. With that, Chair, I have 9 approved, 1 abstain, 0 opposed. Chair not voting.
Thank you, Mr. Curley. Yeah, the motion carries. 9 in favor, 1 abstention, 0 opposed, chair not voting. Congratulations, you have a resolution. So when we sign it, we stand behind you. Okay. Okay.
We're having our planning meeting on Monday. Oh, here at the chapter at 10. So you can present this resolution to us because that's what we were waiting for is the resolution. So, yeah, and that's what we were waiting for is somebody to present it because we can't go on with the resolution until it's represented by somebody. Yeah, I kind of figured something like that might have happened, so we just tabled it for the time being. But you can bring this back up and bring it back to our planning meeting on Monday, and then the following Monday on the 10th. Well, July 10th. That's when our regular chapter meeting is, and that's at 10 too. So.
Okay, thank you. Shadid. Okay, moving on down to number 10, next NOST Regional Council meeting, FY23, Saturday, October 7th, 2023, hosted by Naatsis'aan chapter. The last action item, adjournment. Time
Mr.
is
President.
Shita, you have the floor.
Did you get my vote
Oh, Arota.
on the resolution? Because I got bumped off the line.
Okay.
The call dropped.
So you vote green yet, Shita?
I vote green.
Okay. So that changed 10 in favor, 0-1. Okay, Shita, for letting us know. Last action item 119, adjournment time, PM. Motion by Shajar Robert, Black
Second,
Jr.
Chair.
Second by Shadik Kuchit, chapter president here, Geraldine. Majority vote. How do you want to do this, Mr. Secretary? You want to do roll call vote? Roll call vote.
What about we just all sign off and whoever stays on Zoom will get a post. I'm just kidding.
Honorable Herman Daniels, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you very much. Patricia Blackhorn, how do you vote? Darlene Pino, how do you vote?
Yes.
Thank you. Ella J. Badani, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you very much.
In favor.
Thank you. Russell Small Canyon, how do you vote? Willis Begay, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you. Jean Holiday, how do you vote? Marietta Bedoni, how do you vote?
In favor.
Thank you very much. Benedict Daniels, how do you vote? Roland Small Canyon, how do you vote? Not voting. Marsha Gray Eyes, how do you vote?
I
Robert
vote
Black, how do you
green.
vote?
I'm trying to downvote a for.
Thank you. Thank you. Brittany Hunt, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you. Geraldine Chi. Thank you. Chancey Notestein. Dellard Curley, vote in favor. And then Happy JBA. With that, Chair, we have a total of 1, 2, 4, 10. 10 in favor.
Okay, so the motion carries 10 in favor, 0 opposed, 0 abstention, chair not voting. This is to show that we had quorum all the way through. Roll call vote. Yeah. Alleged stew and the nas condo fried bread on alleged kistin.
Oh, also, Oljato chapter planning meeting is July 9th at 10 o'clock. And then the chapter meeting is going to be on July 16th at 10 o'clock.
Thank you. Question now that the things like here the Nahat Khanigi.
Okay, this is Ella J. Badani. Our planning meeting is Monday the 3rd, and our regular chapter meeting is on the 16th. 10 o'clock on both sides. Thank you.
All right. Bye, everyone. Enjoy your soup.
Thank you for joining. You guys have a wonderful day.